It's time to start Dishin Days with your hosts Tony Moore, Michael Mattis, Justin Lee Hareld, and Araceli Aviles. And now, let's dish. Why, hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Dishin Days, where we're serving up a full dish of this week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. If you haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, X, and Threads. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll never miss when we're going live or when we've uploaded a brand new video to you. Just make sure you search Dishin Days, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that way you stay in the know. Also, if you want to become an exclusive member of our exclusive page, when you go to our YouTube channel on your laptop or desktop, just hit the join button and you will be given a whole slew of exclusive content not being seen by anyone else but you. And you get to join in on our virtual events. And if we have a very special guest, you too can appear on our screen to ask them a question yourself. So make sure you join now. It's only $4.99 a month. All right. And you can find us on your favorite podcast station. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Just make sure you search Dishin Days. And if you're on Spotify, you can see us live and in living color. In living color, you can do what you want. Also, speaking of in living color, our dear old friend and former co-host, Mr. James Lott Jr., is serving up a whole lot of stuff on his own YouTube channel, JLJ Media. There you can find a recap of Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless, and General Hospital, along with some original audio dramas. So make sure you search JLJ Media on YouTube and where all podcasts can be found, because James Lott Jr. is the oldest person that I know that created the cave paintings. I mean, how else were people going to communicate? Thanks, James. All right. And of course, throughout the show, make sure you tell us your thoughts in our chat, or make sure you comment below if you're watching us later. Also, Michael Mattis is not with us today. Period.
Because
don't know why. What did we think of this week's episodes of Days?
Really liked it.
Yeah.
I know it was a
this
really
week.
good. It was a really good week this week, right?
Yeah, it's nice when the characters are having fun and there's some sort of event going on where you're pulling lots of people together. Yeah, it definitely shows in the writing and in the acting.
True.
Yes. I amend my statement from last week that I anticipated I was going to be very annoyed at this week's content. It was only because I didn't realize the wedding was pushed all the way to Friday. So good week this week. I'll be annoyed next week.
Wow. Hello, Mama Moore. She has entered the chat. Hi, Mom. I thought this week was fun. It was funny. It was hilarical. And I enjoyed every single bit of it. But let's do what we do best and chat about it, shall we?
Yes.
It is now time to start
Dishin Days.
Dishin Days.
Dishin Days. I mean, I might as well just have kept it going. Maybe the big test will be next week when we do this live and with each other. We will actually be able to do this on time, which is going to be great. I did not do my proper settings. All right. Let's kick things off with our first storyline, which is Bachelor and Bachelorette parties. Party, party, party. It's time to party. What a lot of fun.
Lots of fun.
Yeah. So obviously this week, Rafe or Arnold.
Yes.
And Jada had their Bachelor and Bachelorette parties. I feel like my first question was, why would you have your Bachelor and Bachelorette party the day before
I know.
the wedding?
I'm
Like, I feel like
Ugh.
that is never a good idea. You will always have good intentions on not, drinking too much and things like that. But we all know that you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to have big fun. You're supposed to have big fun. You're supposed to have the big fun. And it looks like some people had too much fun.
Yeah, this is totally an entertainment thing. I mean, does anyone really have their bachelor and bachelor parties the night before? I feel like this
Never.
is a TV and movie thing that, there's too much on the line for you to be either wake up with a hangover or do something stupid. Although we talk about it. We do know some famous cases where bachelor parties like this have gotten people into some trouble.
Well, it's definitely about to get someone into some trouble.
Yeah. This very thing that happened on the show has definitely happened to a few well-known people who we all know.
Oh, who are you
I'll
talking
tell
about?
you later. I don't want to say it out loud. We all know who this person is, and everyone in the chat would know who this person is.
And I oop. Oh my goodness. I'm so mad because I have to say my favorite person on this, hands down, was Chanel.
Oh, yeah.
Never being an angry person to a bachelorette party. It's a bad idea every time.
Well, but the thing was, she wasn't a bad angry. You know what I mean? Like, and she wasn't too emotional or anything like that. The part that I kept rewinding over and over again was when they were playing the game at the bachelorette party and they were talking about the hookups that they regret. And Gabby said EJ because she wanted to get back at Stefan for cheating on her with Ava, and then said, wait, I think I texted to y'all. Hold on, because I want to make sure I get it correct. She said, oh my God, I'm pulling a Mark J. Freeman. I'm laughing before I tell you guys. She said, you see, every damn Demera, cheaters. And then she just started shrieking.
Oh, that's what that was. I was like, what is
That's
that
the you kept replaying?
I was so confused by that. I was like, what is Tony talking about? And then I got distracted and couldn't go back to it. So that's okay. That was
okay.
Chanel. Okay.
I kept replaying the part.
What is he talking about?
That's what I was talking about. Because it came out so casually. She was like, oh, because Stefan cheated on me with Ava while I was in prison. See, every damn Demera cheater.
I mean, not wrong, but also that was not the one that I kept repeating. I kept repeating the part where she said, "Is there anyone in this room who hasn't slept with my father-in-law?"
Oh yeah.
But like she was like the funny drunk.
Yeah, she was
like. Yeah. First of all, she was. Can we put it into perspective? Chanel wasn't even supposed to go.
I know.
She was the last to be invited, but the first to get drunk.
Yeah. Oh my God. And funny thing, when they were going around saying who they regret, I thought she was actually going to say Xander. I mean, I should have seen that she was going to say Johnny, but I wasn't even thinking of. Yeah, I was just like, oh, past hookups, they're gonna, are gonna come out, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. They should if they made that a longer game. I think that Chanel would have had alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
She was she was living her entire life, honey.
No, she definitely had fun.
That poses the question, Justin and Araceli, who's a hookup that you regret?
What?
Thanks, and that concludes this week's of. See you all next weekend.
And everyone goes, click. We are out of here.
Oh! You really want to go there, Tony? With when it's your mother in the chat?
I'm grown. I think you reach an age where your mom doesn't look at you like, oh, my baby would never. My mom would probably be like, be grown. He is years old. Now, I would have been surprised if you had actually answered the question.
I would never answer that question.
Of course not. Along with a whole slew of other questions you'll never answer. But
I will offer that
we're offering
Jello shots are never a good idea. Never, ever,
so
ever.
good.
And I don't understand that comment that was made that you're not supposed to taste the alcohol. Every Jello shot I've ever taken, that's the first thing you taste is the alcohol.
No, there are some where you don't taste it.
Then they're weak ass Jello shots.
Maybe. Not my mom egging me on talking about say it.
See?
So I mean, we're a lot alike. But the parties were definitely like fun.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to I think we all can agree we love when we're able to see them let loose and just be like girls or just be guys. You know what I mean? So it was like it was really cute. And even Paulina.
I know when she burst in the room with the what champagne she had. She was fisting it, so to speak.
No, it started at the house.
Yeah.
When,
that's right. Yes.
When Chanel was like, how do I live? And she was giving Sandra Clark.
Yeah.
She was like, how do I live? And then Chanel was like, oh, are you going to a fundraiser? Hell no. I'm going to the Bachelorette party.
I mean, because she's a party person. So this was right up her alley.
Yeah.
Like Rafe's bachelor party, first of all, even if he's like the best person, even as a wedding planner, I hesitate to put the gay man in charge of the straight bachelor party, most especially when the groom is as straight-laced as Rafe is. If you're looking for a good time, I would counter argument myself, but when the groom is that straight-laced, I'm like, whose party are you planning here?
Yeah, I think the guys ones was fun to watch because of Arnold sort of navigating that. I think that's what made it fun. But the girls definitely had not
Debbie Bryce saying Tony Paulina didn't kick her shoes off though. She didn't.
Oh no. But I was saying the girls did have a fun party that I would be like, oh, I want to go to that party. And they had a good time. The guys, it was funny because of circumstances, but the girls, they knew how to party and were letting loose and having fun. And
yeah. It didn't turn up until the exotic dancer. She's not a stripper.
Yes.
She's an exotic dancer.
Yes.
Until she got there. And I love how like the only person who like knew was Javi. And I'm like, first of all y'all know everybody that works at Salem PD. Y'all ain't seen her.
When Sean started to introduce himself, I was like, Sean, come on. Like, I was like, is he playing along with the joke of it, or is he serious? I was like, oh no, he's actually serious. Like he thinks.
This is why I can't stand bachelorette parties because it's real. Like unless you really, really do it right, just don't do it.
Can we also just give kudos to the show for properly navigating Arnold's urges?
I'm going to reserve judgment on that.
Those urges.
I'm going to reserve judgment on that.
Well, here's the thing, because he could have done what he did many years ago. And they are not allowing that to happen, which I greatly appreciate it. Listen, I don't mind Arnold hooking up. And by hooking up, we mean actually having relations with the exotic dancer who literally just went and it was just, but did y'all catch that, like, before Javi walked into the house, what Arnold was about to search for on the computer?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I actually physically gagged.
Yeah. And then closed it very quickly when,
Not physically gagged. What are we gagging for?
I did because it no. Yeah. That's how disgusted I was.
It's you know what? Sometimes navigating Araceli is very interesting because it's like she would be the drunk one at the frat house, yet we'll look at everyone and go, "Oh no, you shouldn't do that." It's like, but bitch, you're drunk. Like what? Like how are you gonna tell me what kind of fun I'm supposed to have?
You've seen my drunk text, right? You already know what kind of drunk I am.
Sure, but if somebody started making out in the corner, you'd be like, no, while you're drunk, and it's like, one, either you gonna shake hands with the devil, or like be on your knees praying. Like, what are we doing?
This is why I unless someone outright asks me, like I have to be the person in charge, I will never ever again attend a bachelorette party.
Oh, don't. I feel like you are. Are you the party pooper? You are.
You just yeah, but yes and
are you
no.
Are you the party pooper or are you the fun time girl? Which one? You can only choose one. There's no in between.
You
are you
literally
the party pooper
just
or the fun
said
time
that
girl?
I'm both. That I'm both at the same time.
That's my perspective. I'm asking you because you've known you for all this time.
I agree with your assessment. I believe that's an accurate assessment.
So in the tone of the bachelorette party, you just said you want to attend bachelorette parties. Is it because you're a party pooper?
I said I will not do a bachelorette party ever again. Why? Unless I am put in charge.
Why?
Because it just is bad.
What?
I have no chill.
You have no chill?
I have no chill.
What does that mean, though? See, it goes back to the question of like, are you the party time gal or are you the party pooper?
I am the party time gal, but I judge a lot of other people's party time at the same time.
Yeah, no. See, that's why you can't go because you can't. It's got to be
a
judgment free zone.
I know. I can't, but I can't do bodily fluids.
Okay, that's different. That's different. When people are like throwing up and all that kind of stuff and being overserved. Justin, wrong party. When people are like throwing up and like and going across, like, okay, that's different.
I have a line and that's it. And no.
But do you go into it with intentions on having fun and just like, having a couple of drinks, letting your hair down,
Oh yeah, for sure. But if I hold myself to the standard that I don't like my own bodily fluids anywhere, so why would I want to see anybody else's sprayed all over the toilet? That's just nasty. So no.
And this is a great advertisement for our party next Saturday. Come out with your at Rocco's to celebrate 10 years of Dishin Days.
Oh wait.
We promise no bodily fluids will be present.
No,
we can
none.
help it.
None at all. Well, first of all, kudos, Araceli, for sitting there going through all. You actually answered some questions. I don't think I can say that you didn't answer questions now. Wow, you debunked that. But okay, so the aftermath of the parties, you have Arnold hooking up with the exotic dancer.
Yes.
You have Chanel waking up at Sean's house.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Jada with just a hangover.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not what you want the morning of your wedding.
No. But let's cut to Marlena's house.
Oh, that was the
We have
best.
that later. We have that later.
Oh, we have that
Yeah,
later?
Yeah, it's
we
a
have
separate
that
thing.
later.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
I just
We'll save
separated
that for
because it was
later.
a whole. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So the Bachelor. Oh, so we're from the day, the night before, and then the morning after.
Well, okay. We'll keep it right there for now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an interesting chat though.
Mhm.
But that's pretty much it. Like the Bachelor
one,
and
for
Bachelorette
sure.
parties were
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Well, we can bring Chanel and Sean and Johnny. That was interesting to have her. That was surprised when she walked. Like of course I didn't think they did anything, but it was like, oh, okay, she's back at his place as opposed to, Paulina's.
Yeah, which a couple of things that they established. Sean was completely sober because he said that at the pub,
right. And he doesn't drink. I forgot about that until at one point, or when he
that's
was like,
right.
chasing after Chanel, he was like, "I'm the only one who's sober," and I was like, "So," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot."
Because there was a time where he was drinking on the job and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then I'm glad that Chanel was like, so wait,
right?
Did we have sex?
Yeah.
And it was like, no, and then he explained what happened, and I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Because people get drunk and people make mistakes.
But I feel
human.
But I feel like the show did that just to kind of prove a point with Johnny.
Yeah.
And I think it's for her to understand how you can just be in your feelings and be hurt and like take things to a level that you don't mean. And so I think this will be their way of getting back together, which I feel like they should have been back together anyway, because Johnny, dear Johnny, you didn't do shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like you didn't do anything.
And they showed at the end her sort of softening to him. And I guess they, not the cliffhanger, but they left it off before she sort of tells him, I guess. I'm guessing she's going to forgive him. That's what she wants to share with him.
And can we just give a little round of applause to Sean, aka Brandon Beamer, just for the morning of waking up shirtless in gray sweatpants and showing off his V.
And being an absolute gentleman at the same time.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the other stuff first.
I appreciate both.
Thank you, Days, for always giving us a shirtless man. Appreciate that. Justin, did you freeze? He did.
He did.
Justin is frozen.
I was wondering if it was me earlier.
Yeah.
Today's been a day.
Today has been a day. It's been a very interesting day. Let me take him off and see. Okay, yep, there he goes. He went. Well, he'll come back in a second. All right, until then, we're going to keep this train moving right along with our next storyline, which is bum 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 bum.
Okay, so in terms of the wedding, so we're talking specifically about the wedding day.
The wedding day.
Everybody's got a hangover.
Yes, although Gabby is up and fresh and ready to go.
Oh, she's had hangovers
before.
She's had hangovers before.
But I thought it was
she's been around the block.
First of all, I love that dress she had on.
That was beautiful.
It was a really good dress and a really good color. Like if I was Sherry, I'd be like,
it almost looked like
this, right?
It almost looked like an attempt at tie-dye, but not bright.
Yes.
Really elegant style. I loved it.
It was like a here's Justin. Welcome back.
That internet is acting up.
It's all right. It's quite a day today. You froze right on the part of us giving Sean Brandon Beamer a round of applause for his shirtlessness.
Yes.
Oh.
Which he fell for most of the day. And then he slyly put on that tank top at the end of
I didn't think I realized that.
Yeah.
But now we're on the wedding day, and we were talking. First of all, we were talking about how beautiful Gabby's dress was.
Oh, Gabby's. Okay.
Yes,
Mhm.
Gabby's dress was beautiful.
Yeah, Gabby's.
Yeah. Jada's dress, I thought was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
It's perfect.
yeah. As the official wedding dress critiquer,
Mhm.
I thought it was such a good off the shoulder one. It almost looked like it had like a scoop at the top, but I think it was just the style of the way it draped down. It was a very it's I've seen that kind of a dress before, but not on soaps. So good job.
Mhm.
I think it was very true to her character too. Like it wasn't something that was over the top. It
Mhm.
wasn't too simple. It was like just enough to be like, it's my wedding day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I actually thought everyone looked great at the wedding. Even Kayla, who sometimes I feel like they don't always put Mary Beth Evans in like flattering clothing. She's
mhm.
either always in like the hospital scrubs or the coat or whatever. But
Yeah. Her
Oh,
internet again.
it went out
Yeah.
again.
But I agree with Justin that the Kayla's dress was pretty.
Mhm.
It almost it almost reminded me like of an 80s style dress, but not like so over the top that I'm blinded by the sleeves.
Jada's dress
No,
or Mary
Kayla.
Beth? Oh
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
it was, and it was a great color on her too.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah,
pink
that's
with like I feel like it was blue underneath.
mhm.
It was
That's half
that
the
was
battle.
really good. But let's truck over to the Demira mansion first. Oh hi. So at the Demira mansion, I'm just gonna say I was very irritated. I love the fact that Rita was back because we love that character. We
yes.
love Rita. We love her.
Yeah,
But Rafe,
Yeah.
like the second I escaped, I would have just left.
yeah.
I would have like, why do you need a phone? You have 2 feet. Go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he had all that time. She was literally looking for a taser. And I'm sorry, but doesn't a taser just like knock you down, not knock you out?
Depends on the strength of it.
I feel like they were trying to say like he was a bit disoriented from being down in the tunnel because even before I think there was a line of like, oh, I'm feeling weak-headed or lightheaded or something. So I think they were trying to say like he was already about to maybe pass out, and then the shock of the taser, I guess. Which
Mhm.
yeah,
If you must listen, if anything, I would have mustered up enough energy to at least get down to the end of the driveway, see a
I know,
car,
right?
and just fall in
Yeah.
front of it. And
Yeah.
then someone would have recognized, oh, Commissioner Rafe Hernandez. What's wrong? Get him to the hospital. There's
Yeah.
your ride.
Yeah, Oli Maria in our comments has the right idea. This is exactly why Rafe is not commissioner anymore.
Because he makes dumb decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid. There it is.
See, even the dog knows Rafe is dumb.
Yeah, exactly, Richie. Like, I mean, as soon as you saw, just hit it, and now he's recaptured again.
I know.
Back down in the tunnels, and it shows. First of all, wherever Rita has been, Rita should have been a character throughout the past few decades.
Oh my gosh, I love her so much.
I know. I'm glad it wasn't a one-off. I mean, when it happened and then she didn't sort of appear again, because that was what? How many months ago?
That was months ago. I've
Yeah.
been waiting.
I was like, oh, is this going to be a one-off? Like, oh, I wish they kept her or whatever. So then when I saw she was going to pop back up, I was like, oh, nice, good. Hopefully she sticks around a little. I like this little semi-twist, because before it seemed like she made it a point to say she worked for Stefano all these years, but I felt like before they made a habit of showing that she was a little bit more above board and that she wouldn't do some of the stuff she did this week. So I'm like, oh, are they changing her character just a little bit? I felt like before, like she would curse EJ out, but she wouldn't do anything underhanded or illegal, I guess. But maybe they're walking that back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you work for a Demera, it's kind of hard to stay above board.
Yeah.
Keeping your head above water. Oh.
Yeah. But no, I don't mind the change. It's nice that it's nice to, like you always say, Tony, see other people in Salem and how like they react to like the Demiras or the core cast, and to see like we have someone like this sort of kind of behind the scenes who's not I wouldn't go this far, but she's similar to like a Bart type, just a little bit more competent and like a little bit more with it, I would say.
But I really struggle to understand where this storyline is going because it's a stupid plan.
It's still weird. I still don't understand.
It has no long-term legs.
I know it. Yeah. I'm still not understanding it. I get the logistics of it. I don't get how I get replacing Arnold with Rafe. That makes sense to me. And I kind of even understand the whole, like, we're going to plant fake evidence against Jada, even though I think that's not going to hold up as well. I don't understand how that now makes Paulina get rid of Belle and hire EJ back when she already, I mean, yes, Jada did spearhead getting rid of EJ, but Paulina had her own issues anyway. You know what I mean? It's not like Paulina liked him and then, did it for Jada. Like, I don't know how that translates into him getting his job back automatically.
But also, EJ, I'm sorry, take a little accountability because what they were saying was right.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, totally.
But the other question is, Rita, what could you have possibly, like, that folder shouldn't have been that thick for Jada.
Right.
Like, there's like Jada is so by the book.
Yeah.
That she probably hasn't even been late.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming they're doctored stuff. I'm guessing they're gonna
probably
doctor evidence, I guess.
I just had a really big deja vu. I feel like we've had this exact conversation before.
Oh, are you talking about when Ava did the same thing to Rafe?
Yes, I feel like we've had this exact conversation verbatim.
Oh yeah, and then I asked you if you would have done the same thing, and you kept saying I plead the fifth because you don't want to go to jail, and that started a whole thing too.
You just remembered that because that was our last live show.
No, it was here.
Yes, but you continued it on the live show.
Of course, I continue everything. My friend, a friend of mine, I have said the same joke to her for the past decades. I will keep something going. It's just who I am.
But then you guys listed a bunch of good reasons why EJ's plan sucks, but the biggest reason of all, okay, say you pull this off, you still have a live living person in your basement.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with him? It's so stupid.
I feel like Cardi B. What is the reason? What was the reason? I'm hoping it just all comes together. We'll see how this wedding goes though, because we didn't get that far.
Nope.
We got to I feel like in Salem, just don't even say the line of, is there anyone who feels these two should not be wed in holy matrimony? Speak now or forever hold their peace. I think I will always tell people, just don't say that.
Yeah.
A lot of people actually asked to take that part out of the ceremony now.
I've seen that. Yeah. I will say I did love Leo sort of taking willing to take the blame in terms of letting the secret out for Javi's sake. I did like that. I appreciated that.
Do you guys think that relationship between Javi and Leo has accelerated too quickly, too slow, or right on time?
I like it. I feel like the whole Carrie thing was more of a pause than anything else. I mean, it's not like they're moving in together or anything. They're still just back to where they were, getting to know each other.
So you would say they're right on time?
Yeah.
Okay. Justin?
Yeah, I'd say right on time. I feel like they're trying to make up the sort of like, oh, we're back together. Let's consummate this. I think was fine. I know it comes up later. We'll talk about it, but I thought it was fine.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Justin, I feel like you're saying I should have looked at the lineup.
Yes, a little bit.
Oh no. I only said that because we have Leo later, but no.
Later too.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
No.
But in any
I wasn't saying
case,
that.
you know, we'll get the
I brought it up.
we'll get whatever fallout on Monday. I don't even know what to expect because this is all just so silly to me. It's very weird. I don't know how this is supposed to have any kind of consequence for anyone other than EJ.
Yeah. A few people in the chat have said that they are right on time. So you guys also, if you're watching this later, listening to it later, comment on whichever platform you're listening to and let us know what you think as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. So
I will say I was surprised. It seems like they're having him reveal it, right? Or Arnold reveal it, which I was surprised by. I thought that they would go through with the wedding and then it would be revealed. That's what I thought was the plan when EJ was talking about it. Maybe I just heard it wrong, but I didn't know that he would get a message, reveal it at the altar, and stop the wedding. I thought, oh, okay, this is an interesting way to do it without having them marry each other, because I thought that was going to be a byproduct of it. That
Nothing about this makes sense.
They would technically be married.
Yeah. In any case, it was nice to see Steve walk Jada down the aisle.
Yeah.
That was sweet.
I did like that moment of like him talking about Marcus and like, you know, how it would have been great if he could have seen her, and it was appropriate. I think I think now though I do wish that we saw their relationship a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, as like Steve really being like that kind of father figure to her.
Yeah.
I think I wish we'd see that more. And I kind of when she was talking to her mom,
I know we got
and like her mom is sick, and then Talia couldn't come. I was just
evidently Talia is with Doctors Without Borders, as we now know.
And I don't know, I just, again, it goes back to, you kind of wish you could just get them. Well, I guess since it's not we all know the wedding's not going to actually happen, but even I guess maybe it would have been great just to, even if it was like a FaceTime or like a Zoom call of Talia being like, "Hey, girl, you know, I'm so sorry, like I can't make it," but like, you know, just like something to just establish Jada a little more, because she's the only person she has is Rafe and his family.
Yeah.
So you know, and then you know, Steve, who again is not her fan. Like I just wish that something could happen where, like, you know, you could still feel like, and I mean, yeah, the phone calls happen or whatever, but just something. And it's especially the Talia part, because I feel like Talia has been established, and
exactly,
you know, just to even have that Zoom moment or FaceTime moment, I think would have been great. Although, but she would,
I said that would have been really cute to have her pop up on the FaceTime, and it was just, even if it was just like, of course they would, it probably would have been, it even could have been just a recorded message maybe she played, and that would have been fine too. Like,
and then when she was talking to her mom, I was just, my thought was, because you know, there's not really a campaign, but there's a want of Vivica A. Fox to play Jada's mom. And I thought, like, oh man, how cool would it have been to just get Vivica Fox for that day to just like be her mom or something.
Hey, Days, there's still time.
Yes, right? And for those that don't, Vivica was on Days back in the day, so she they could pull from that history and make her
Mhm.
Jada's mother. That's not just a like a wishful thinking. That
Yeah.
is based on the history of Days.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
I wish that for her. But anyway, oh yes, bring on Jada's brother Terrence, honey.
Okay,
Yeah,
that totally confused me. I was like, "Who's Terrence? Like, who are they talking about?" And then
me. Can you imagine though, like
Terrence.
like if Jada and Terrence were actually related, and I was like her half brother or something?
I feel like Gretchen Wieners and Mean Girls. Stop trying to make it happen, Tony. It's not going to happen.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gretchen, but Fetch has already happened. Check Beyond Salem Chapter 2.
Yes, and he's in San Francisco.
But that doesn't mean he couldn't be anywhere. First of all, don't be trying to rain on my parade just because you don't want to play the reporter on Days of Our Lives because you rather sit at home and eat a tamale.
At least I'm brave enough to eat a tamale.
I would take being on Days of Our Lives over eating a tamale.
And if you want to see this up close, come to our party next Saturday.
Thank you, Victoria. Tony
see
writing
it,
Terrence
yeah.
into Days is my favorite ongoing manifestation. Exactly. It's one of the things that makes our show what it is. Is there anything else about the wedding day that we have not covered? I feel like we covered pretty much everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and also the chat that Steve had with Arnold being like, bruh.
Yes. So
you can't be
nicknames. I was trying to find a way to weave in the nicknames into the outline, but I couldn't. I was
wait a minute, because I think I
remember two of them. I
Did
feel
you
like
write
there was
them down?
one more.
I think I did. First of all, the exotic dancer looking at Patch and being like, "Listen here, Pirate Pete." And then wait, what was the other one, Justin?
One-Eyed Willie from the Goonies. Oh, and there was another one. I just forgot it. Oh man, chat room, help me out. There was another. It was it Pirate Pete, One-Eyed Willie, and was there another one? I feel like there may have been another one.
I feel like that was it, right?
Was it Patchy? No. Was it
Had
Patchy?
been Patchy at some point, yeah.
Okay.
That's
I had one I was thinking, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, this one.
But yeah. Oh my God, too funny.
The second she was like, "Listen here, Pirate Pete," I said, "Oh my God, girl."
Oh, Cyclops. That was it. Yes, Cyclops.
The disrespect.
Oh man.
The names alone. Oh my God.
That was funny because you never see that. You never see like the good guys get into a fight with each other, you know what I mean, or a disagreement. It's never, So to see sort of Arnold and Steve go at it a little bit was kind of funny.
Oh God, that's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now, oh yeah, but Pirate Pete had. I'm kidding. Patch was trying to have a conversation with Rafe Arnold to just basically be like, bruh, you don't use our name to just pick up cases and not tell us. He was like, no, we're gonna have a serious talk. Like Steve was like, nah, you're not about to brush this under the rug. I don't care about your wedding. You better listen to me when I tell you about our business. You ain't Black Patch.
I don't care about this rinky-dink bachelor party you dragged me to.
Yeah, he dropped it out of respect for Jada, not Rafe.
Yeah.
Now wait a minute,
Oh,
Miss Cross. What show are you watching, Miss Cross?
Miss Cross is behind a bit. She started out asking where certain characters were that aren't on the show anymore. I think she's behind a bit. I think she's trying to catch up. But welcome, Miss Cross.
Welcome, Miss Cross. Now, Miss Cross, just to let you know, Arnold is fake Rafe.
Faith.
Okay. Miss Cross entered the chat like, baby, what show y'all talking about?
Yeah.
We didn't ask for him, but
if you look her, go ahead.
Miss Cross entered the chat like William Shatner in her Days of Our Lives that one year. Do y'all remember that?
What?
Well, I think so. Yes.
So this was like a few years ago. William Shatner stumbled upon Days of Our Lives, and for like a couple of days,
Yes.
started tweeting about,
Yes.
well, who is this woman that
the hotlines, yeah.
And
got
everybody was like, William Shatner has just discovered Days of Our Lives. This is everything.
It's like the
making
soap
comments about the soap and the relationships, and
It's like the soap version of Taylor Swift's Scarf. You have to be a Swiftie to get that joke. It's a Dionne Warwick of it all. You have to be a Swiftie to get that.
So she remembers that. Okay. This cross came in originally, it was like, where's Hope at? And I was like, oh. She's like, I heard Hope's back. I was like, oh, girl.
For like 5 minutes. She'll be back. She's scheduled to be back.
Now, wait a minute. For the giggles of it all, Miss Cross, where did you last leave Days? I just would like to know that. Like,
was the last plot line? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Was it before the threesome? Because that was a while back.
Lord, don't confuse her. She might say Sammy left us.
I feel like Miss Cross probably is so far back that Stefano could be alive for all we know.
Right?
That's so funny.
Oh,
what is this? So she said, I saw the threesome. Now, Miss Cross.
Okay.
Miss Cross said, now, wait a minute, baby. I saw the threesome. And that Abe had amnesia. Okay.
Just checking for context.
Okay, you're not that far behind. About a year, maybe. Okay.
Miss Cross is funny. I like Miss Cross. All right, well, let's move on to a lovely house airman. Rachel Blake, is that really you?
I am so confused.
Yeah.
I'm very confused too, because I tried to go with the theory that y'all had last week, was that this was Rachel's like mental thing. I think this is an actual person, because Ava was sitting there looking at the same person.
I gotta say, that puts a little hole in it. I'm still not sure though. I'm still teetering if part of it is all in Rachel's head, or part of, you know what I mean? I wonder if we're gonna get a reveal of that scene and it's Ava talking, it's a different scene than what we've been I don't know. I'm not 100% sure it's not made up, but it does put a wrinkle in it, the fact that she was talking to Ava.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say this is a real person.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a real character, and it definitely doesn't seem like Rachel Blake. So I feel like they have a lot of explaining to do if this is who Rachel Blake is now 20 years later. There's a lot to mine there, and I would hope that they're gonna do it. It's like, if you're gonna bring that character back, then like really bring her back. But I don't know, something about this is off too. Like,
a lot of us weren't watching at that point, so I don't know how much exactly there was to mine from that character, like in terms of how much did we know back then versus what could be kind of retconned. Do you know what I mean, if necessary?
Well, Kristen went over it. She gave a whole rundown of like how, her mom, who they thought was dead, was actually haunting the place and being the woman in white because of the accident, which I appreciated. I like the recap of it. And I guess maybe I don't know. There's definitely a twist, and I think the twist is going to be interesting, because right now we're like, child, that's Rachel Blake. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, I mean, they changed a couple of things. Aramid was definitely not near Salem. Mm-hmm. That was the whole point of the whole storyline. Started with Celeste fleeing there to have Lexi, like the fact that it was away from Salem so that no one would find her. So, I mean, they changed that
premonition, darling. I'm having a premonition, darling. You're in great danger.
I mean,
we must get away from here.
I mean, if you were to ask me, I think the smart thing to do at this point would be to bring Celeste back.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
You mean have me play Celeste?
Not you. You're playing Celeste
Not
now.
going
Darling.
to happen, Tony.
I'm having a premonition, darling. Oh, this can't be good. This cannot be good.
It would
I
be
used to love her.
Her and Rachel were friends. It would be nice to see her back.
I feel like her, as kooky as it might be, bringing her back would make sense for this.
Yeah. Also, the whole like point of Rachel Blake was that she was the good person, and like, you know, her and Stefano had this tug of war with Kristen. So for her to be so evil now, it doesn't or bad, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not jiving, I guess. And also, she was again, I mentioned before, she was friends with John when she was younger, and then when she came back, she became really close with Marlena. So this idea of like manipulating Brady or like trying to put him with Kristen is a little like off too. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's intriguing. I really like where they're going with this. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure it's not made up or like a projection, but they're poking little holes in it. But I don't know. I'm intrigued, but yeah, kind of hesitant to see where they go with this.
And I'm sorry, but okay, let me ask y'all. Here's the question that you have to answer. If you were a parent and your child ran away and you found said child in somewhere else in this home, right? How would you react?
Towards who?
Towards the child.
I mean, that's automatic. I mean, well, I'll refrain from wanting to pick you up and shake you tremendously or spank you. Again, I guess we don't do that anymore. Some people don't, I guess.
Speak for yourself.
I'd be happy, of course, that she was alive, but it would also be like, yeah, they would never hear the end of it. They're automatically, I don't know, grounded till they're a teenager. They'll be held to pay, I'd say. Yeah.
KTG said, "Where's my belt?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The never hearing the end of it part. Yeah, let's just say I have firsthand knowledge of this, and oh boy, do I bring it up all the time.
I feel like there's a combination, right? Because I think back to the times that I was in trouble and how my mom reacted. So I feel like as a parent, there will be that sigh of relief of like, oh my God, you're okay, and then do y'all like? So my mom did this. My mom had a look about her whenever you were in trouble, and the mouth go very much like this, and I feel like it would have been like oh Rachel, oh my God, oh my God, and then it would have been like, don't you ever in your natural born life do this again? Do you hear me? Get your, you know, it would have been that, and I just feel like Brady and Kristen were so light on her.
They're terrible parents. I'm just gonna say it. They're terrible parents.
I needed a little bit of Claire Huxtable and being like, I'm so mad right now, I can't even deal with your punishment. Go upstairs to your room.
Yep. Go to your room.
Or just a child version of when Vanessa went to Baltimore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I just felt like y'all are being real easy on this girl that was missing for 24 hours, and y'all had to go to the cops and had everybody involved and putting up posters and all this kind of stuff. They're doing
two things wrong, and I'll just very specifically. One, they're being so light on her, it's ridiculous. And two, they're isolating her. And let me explain what that means. They are saying that they're taking advice from other people like Marlena, like this new therapist that they're supposedly going to take Rachel to. But they keep saying, you and I make the decisions and blah, blah. I'm like, okay, neither one of you are making good decisions right now. So maybe it's time to farm this kid out to a third party. Whether that be military school, whether that be a continuation school, whether that be a really super harsh German nanny, or do we have any really harsh aunts or uncles who would just literally sit her down in a chair and just scream at her for an hour? Because I'll volunteer.
Where's that wasn't she British, the super nanny?
Yeah.
Where's she at?
You need her to make a cameo.
Where is John Quinones?
What would you do?
That's a possibility.
Where's he at?
That has possibility.
You don't want to go as far as a Chris Hansen. You don't want that.
Oh, good Lord.
But a super nanny or a John Quinones, I'll take one of them.
Oh my God.
But anyway, I mean, that's okay. And that's pretty much it with that, right? Ava's still kidnapped. But I love that Ava was just like, why do you care so much? Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
And she's just looking at her like.
Also, Ava needs to stop throwing around her weight as if she has any more mob ties anymore. Girl, everybody knows that you run a restaurant. Let it go.
Listen, that doesn't mean that she still don't know the number to Jim Bob, who will still come over and handle business. And that's when he'll actually really come, because when you don't hear from somebody that long, and that's a desperate call. He's gonna be like, "Hey, yo, Ava, what's going on?"
And now she's supposedly off to visit Trip in Hong Kong. That was the message, I guess, Rachel sent Brady at the end.
This little girl is too much. She is too much. Y'all need to, you know what? This is how you Sorors her. You ship her off somewhere, and then she come back as a teenager and be like reformed.
You mean like Sammy?
Right.
Sammy actually was shipped off because she ain't come back reformed. She came back more evil than ever.
My point exactly.
Can you imagine this? Like, I'm just picturing like little Rachel, like just being the next Kristen, Kate, Sammy combination.
It's coming. Because I mean, look, I love Marlena, I do, but she did not know how to parent Sammy. I'm just gonna say it right there. You have to be the right kind of parent to parent that kind of child.
Yeah.
I almost said something that probably would have been not great.
What were you gonna say?
Hold on.
Oh God.
Oh no, I agree.
See? I ain't gonna say it out loud though.
No, I agree.
I'll say it this way. Marlena needed to be a mama more.
Yes.
Period. All right. So, and that was that's pretty much that storyline, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Well, let's keep trucking along. But before we do, just a quick reminder, everybody, make sure you follow us on social media. We are Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, X, and Threads. Also, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you won't miss anything. And while you're there, we have tons of videos up that you can look at. So take a look at those. But if you want some exclusive content, why don't you join our exclusive members only page? You can come hang out with us during our virtual events, which we have once a month. We do a After the Dish, which is right after this. We'll go and chit chat with some fans and really kiki. And then sometimes we have a happy hour during the week where we can just get together and just chit chat and catch up and see how everyone's doing. So become a member today if you haven't already. And make sure you find us on your favorite podcast station in case you can't sit and watch us live and maybe you need to take us along on a long car trip or while you're walking children in nature. Whatever you're doing, you can take us with you on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And also make sure you show some love to JLJ Media on YouTube or wherever podcasts can be found. Just let my dear old friend know that you found them through Dishin Days. Also, keep telling us your thoughts and make sure you comment below if you're watching us later. All right, let's move on to the teen mom of Salem. Can you imagine if like all of a sudden she came to Tate and was like, MTV just called. They want me to be on 16. Well, she's 17 and pregnant.
Right.
Something about this just never feels right because there are times where you feel like Sophia is a very independent, strong-willed, I'm going to make decisions for myself type of person, and then enter her mom. And then all of a sudden she's like, I guess I can do what my mommy says. But what if I don't? But I should. Like, it's like, girl, what are you going to do?
I mean, that's a product of how she was raised, that she's just so independent and so strong-willed and so educated in so many ways. She's book smart, not street smart. Her mother has raised her to be like smart in this way. Not smart as in independent, I can run my own life kind of way, because her mom wants to control her life.
Clearly.
Yeah, I mean, because theoretically, they can still just run off and get the abortion if they still wanted to. I mean, yeah, they got thwarted the first time, but I mean, yeah, you can still get it done if you really wanted to. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Sidel. Speaking of walking children in nature, can't wait for your new show, Tony. Thank you. Oh. We'll talk about that next time.
The whole adoption thing was a bit weird. It seemed very convoluted. And like, okay, we're going to consider adoption. The grandmother doesn't want adoption. So we're going to find a family who the grandmother would like because they're also religious. Like, I was like, huh? Like,
what part of the, I'm not understanding what part of this is convoluted to you.
It's like, after a while when they were talking, I was like, so are y'all about to go through like a 9-month interview process?
Exactly.
Yeah. And this is the part of the show where Araceli has to explain girl things.
This is the part of the show where Araceli thinks she has to explain girl things because she assumes that Tony and Justin don't understand girl things.
Well, because you said it was convoluted. I'm not understanding what's so convoluted.
Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic. I'm saying
no.
I'm saying
no. I'm really not understanding why you think this is convoluted. This is exactly what happens in adoption cases.
I'm saying it's convoluted because it seems the thought is the mother wants her to keep the baby.
Okay.
We've never heard anything from the mother that says, sure, you can adopt if you find a religious family. So for them to say, sure, we are looking towards adoption, your mother may have a problem with it, even though you're going to be 18. Let's not go that route where we can do what we want to do when the baby's born, but we want to appease your mother. So we are now going to set out on finding a religious family
did you
that
miss
your
the
mother
part,
can also sign off. Like,
did you miss the earlier part where Tate said he was worried about her mom cutting her off? That was so the beginning. That makes perfect sense here. Sophia is fed up. She's scared to have the baby. She doesn't want to keep the baby, but she's scared that her parents are going to cut her off and not pay for college. So Tate's suggestion is that they try to find a reasonable compromise between what they want and what her mom wants. I don't see what's convoluted about that.
I don't think there's a such thing as a compromise with Miss Choi. I don't think we've ever gotten anything from her that says you do what I say and that's it. I would think that there would have been a compromise. That's what I'm saying. It's convoluted for her. It seems to me we know her mother. She should know her mother. I don't know why they think her mother would go along with this, especially since this doesn't seem to be the mother's issue. The mother's
because she's
issue
17 and hormonal and desperate. And there's your thinking process.
Okay. It doesn't make sense to me, but
yeah. Does anything about Mrs. Choi make sense to anyone in this room? There you go.
I don't know. I mean, if Sophia was this bold, she would tell this to her mother, like, this is what we gonna do, because it's my baby. Mama, don't preach. I'm in trouble. All right. Well, anyway, since we're all convoluted, we'll just talk about it next week. What else? Oh no. Before we get to that, this is for Leo and Leo only. If you receive a voicemail from someone that you did some shady dealings with, you never play said voicemail out loud. No. That's just like when someone calls you and you know they have a reckless mouth and you're in the car and there are other people in the car. You're like, hey, girl, just to let you know you in the car. That lets me know. Let me call you back.
Okay, that made entirely no sense. Your connection to this person is about illegal activity. Why would you play a voicemail in front of your boyfriend? Like, it'd be one thing if he had a different relationship with Doug, and then it'd be like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna, maybe he wants something, or wants to hang out or something. But your only interaction with this person is about illegal activity. Why would you play that so freely?
Crazy.
I mean, I guess it's nice that Leo seems to feel he's in a good place with Javi, that he trusts him that much, as opposed to accusing him of being laid a whistleblower with absolutely no proof whatsoever.
It just seemed like he was absent-minded, not even that he gave it any thought.
All right. Well, since we're all not convoluted on that and know that was ridiculous, that's it, right? Now, Leo's gonna help Doug. Like,
for how long do we think Doug's actually gonna have this job though? Because body and soul is hanging by a thread. So it's like,
really.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I got a job. Great, I got a job, but for how long?
Right. We'll see.
I still think he has the necklace too.
You still think Leo has the necklace?
Yeah, there was something the way he said, because I think Doug and Holly were trying to get it. They mentioned like getting it back from him, and the way he said like, "Oh, I don't think so," or "Don't worry." I forget the phrasing, but something about it was like, "Oh, I think he still has it." Yeah.
All right. Well, since we put it up a few times, now put it up for real and let's talk about it. Marlena is pissed.
I quite enjoyed this.
This was like, oh, Marlena. Okay.
I loved all of it.
This was a lot. First of all, let's go back to the beginning, shall we? Mm-hmm. It was a lot because, number one, in a drunken state, EJ and Belle hooked up again, which I think, let us know. Okay, Araceli's all for it. Quick to answer that question before I even asked it. Let us know how you feel about EJ and Belle. Are you for it, against it? What are we thinking? But there were a lot of things. First of all, hooking up, and I'm going to have to say, in your mama's house. That's number one. Number two, waking up and being like, why did we do this? And then proceed to do it again.
Yes.
Then after that, just being like, okay, you know what? Okay, now we're about to go. In comes Marlena who's looking at Belle. And then my next question was, well, how much of EJ did she see? Because he was standing there. But I'm gonna tell you, Marlena did turn into Mama Moore during that scene because she was basically like, baby, this is my house. I get to choose who's in my house.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can, but not in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you bring him back to my house.
Of course, Jen Fargo.
I have no real comments because everything you just said, I loved everything about this.
Oh, and then the cherry on top, Sean.
Yes.
That I bet there was a moment where I kind of wish Belle would have just been like, geez,
right,
like,
exactly. What the fuck?
Like this day, like my head hurts. I done hooked up with this man that I really don't want to.
But she really, really, really wants to.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think if any of us woke up next to EJ or Dan, we wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, I'm not mad at what Marlena said. I think everything she said was right. I think I was just surprised by it because I feel like we never get that type of a response from her usually. Usually it's a very quiet, I'll talk to you later. We'll have a discussion about this at a different time. But for her to just let loose on that was a bit surprising.
Yeah,
I think it would. It wasn't until she brought up Eric that I was like, oh yeah, I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, I did too. I was like, oh, Eric, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, EJ's did so much.
I mean, yeah, she has a lot to draw from.
Yeah, it's like she has a lot to draw from. I think that was just the latest in what he's done, so that must have been top of mind. But in my mind, I'm like, you have so much to pull from at this point. It's like I totally agree with your sentiment. You don't want this man in your house. You're totally entitled to that. Yeah. It's just like. There's just so many things that you can.
But I also think Marlena just doesn't like. She doesn't like the situation anyway because her and Belle have talked about it.
Yeah.
So she doesn't think it's a good situation anyway, and I think she's secretly rooting for Belle and Sean to get their act together. And I think that's why she was almost kind of like stunned when she was like, "Oh yeah, oh yep." Mm-hmm. And I feel like in a very cool way, Marlena was trying to rush Sean off.
Oh yeah,
without rushing him off.
Absolutely.
Because then when she saw his face change and then she turned around and saw, she was just like, damn.
Yeah.
But you know what? I totally want to stand up for Belle and her right to fool around with whoever she wants.
Well, yes, but not in your mama's house.
Not in your mama's house. And I want her out of her mama's house, not just so that she can hook up with EJ more. And not be disturbed, but for the fact that I don't want her pulling a Brady and being stuck there for years on end. These grown ass men and women living with their parents. I mean, I get it if you're like you're financially strapped or you need help raising kids. That's one thing. But you're the DA. You are newly single. You have nothing tying you down. Go ahead and get some.
They haven't built enough sets. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. All right. Speaking of leaving things alone, we're going to leave that alone. And that was your week of Days of Our Lives. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, which are our segments. And we're going to start with mine, which is Tony's Official. 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap! Oh, snap!
There we go. All right. Now, my 3 Snaps Award, I was just writing so much stuff down. I couldn't even decide. I was just like, what is it? What should it be? What's going to happen? What is this? Right? And then, oh goodness. Well, you know what? I think I did. Hold on. Oh boy. Well, I forgot to download the picture. But anyway, my 3 Snaps Award goes to the Bachelorette party. Because, honey, there was so much going on that I was just living for it. And especially Miss Chanel, honey, who was just having the time of her life. So, to Stephanie, Gabby, Paulina, Chanel, Belle, and Jada, the 6 women of Salem who knows how to get down with the get down, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap!
All right. And we don't have captioned that today because Mattis isn't here. But what we do have for you is a trip down memory lane.
Those were the days.
All right, everyone, take you back to January 28, 2004, when Marlena was revealed to be the Salem stalker. This, of course, was one of Days' greatest plots and biggest sort of umbrella storylines that spanned well into years of storyline here. But yeah, and join me for members for Those Are Days Extended, where I take a little bit of a deep dive here, give you a rundown of the victims, the repercussions of this storyline, and also some little behind the scenes of what was going on with the actors at the time. So yeah, January 28, 2004, where Marlena was revealed to be the Salem stalker.
And
Those were the days.
now it's time for
It's a gift.
And this week's It's a Gift goes to the best Bachelorette guest of the week. That would be Miss Chanel Dupree. And this clip will also be renamed The Reason Araceli No Longer Attends Bachelorette Parties.
I think there's a number of reasons why Araceli doesn't attend bachelorette parties, because she's a party pooper. Oh, I also want to point out there was a moment where, oh my gosh, something was about to happen. And Belle put on those heart glasses that was almost like, oh, not me. And she
Yeah,
and hit it.
when she was asked about her hookup.
No,
Wait,
that wasn't it.
That wasn't it?
No. It was when I think Chanel was too drunk and Paulina was gonna stay behind just to talk to Paulina.
Oh yes, yeah.
And
Yes.
Chanel was like, oop.
Yep, she did. It's like exit stage left. Yep.
It was hilarious. Oh my god, that bachelorette party,
Yeah.
that's a thing of its
And
own.
we didn't mention we got a little Jeremy Horton shout out for Stephanie.
Oh yes.
Which I was like, oh wow, okay, deep cut there, Jeremy Horton. I was like, that's a good pull from her past.
That was
Jeremy,
I concur
was a good one.
completely.
Yeah.
Worst idea ever.
Yeah.
Kudos to them.
Hmm.
And that was
It's a gift.
And now it's time for news and gossip.
Start off, we have some big congratulations are in order to Mr. Christopher Sean. He's actually debuting a new card game that goes along with the Ultraman Rising animation movie he's been doing, which is available now. You can check that out and purchase if you'd like. Also, congrats on his movie, Ultraman Rising, getting nominated for 4 Annie Awards. Basically, this is like the Oscars of the animation world. And so Ultraman Rising is up for 4 of those. So big congrats to him. I think this has been such a whirlwind for him. For everything from the movie coming out to doing all the press and the sort of feedback it's garnered in the past year. So yeah, big congrats to Christopher Sean on this. It's amazing. It turned out to be sort of an amazing project for him.
All right, next up, Martha Madison has a new interview out with Women's World magazine. In it, she discusses the effects of the recent LA wildfires, finding fun and success in her 40s, and saying goodbye to her co-star and TV dad, Drake Hogestyn. You can check out womensworld.com for the exclusive interview.
Yeah, a couple of days online items. First of all, a happy birthday / belated birthday to Mr. Matt Ashford. Celebrated his birthday this past Wednesday. So yeah, happy birthday send out to him. And then we got a couple of behind the scenes pics of Elia Cantu and Stephen Nichols. Here's Jada and Patch on her wedding day, and also shows a little bit of more of a close-up of that gorgeous wedding dress on her. So yeah. There's another one too I was trying to find. I don't know if it was on Stevens, but it's of him keeping her cool he has a fan, I guess. He's sort of fanning her to keep her cool, I guess underneath the light. So yeah, go check those out. They're cute.
All right, next up, the Day Players have begun their 2025 tour series. They are going to be having shows in Nashville, Birmingham, Atlanta, Charlotte. I think were they in North Carolina this past weekend?
Yeah, they were in
They just did
Charlotte
and Atlanta
yesterday.
this past weekend.
Yeah. So upcoming dates in Nashville, Birmingham, Oklahoma City, Addison, Texas, Albany, New York, and Pottstown, Pennsylvania. I think they're booked through May, if I'm correct in my assessment there. They're gonna and you can, if they're coming to a town, heck, if they're coming to a state near you, go to thedayplayersband.com for tickets and information. Go, get out, get in the car, go treat yourselves.
Yes, we have a new event for Star Image Entertainment. They are doing a summer concert and dance party. This is with Kyle Lauder, Eric Martzoff, Carson Boatman, and Casey Moss. And this one is happening the weekend of June 20th and 21st in Montreal, Canada. And all tickets and info, go to eventbrite.com/Star Image Entertainment. It'll be a fun one with them.
Yeah. And as we have mentioned, Starstruck Fan Events is doing their big event at the Meadowlands Racetrack in New Jersey. This is their Cinco de Derby event, the weekend of April 5th through 6th. And that will include dinner and cocktails and brunch. You can see the list of stars there. If you would like to attend, go to starstruckfanevents.com for tickets and information.
And I do believe this now includes Sherry Jimenez.
Ooh.
Just got added. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Next up, we have Samantha and Friends. They have not one but two events happening this year. First off is the Winter Wonderland charity fundraiser gala we've been telling you about. That one takes place the weekend of May 3rd through 5th, 2025, of course. Then we have the Haunted Mansion one, which is actually going to take place the weekend of September 13th and 14th of this year as well. And all tickets and info, you can go to samanthasfriends.org.
All right. And last but certainly not least, guys, it's happening. It's happening next weekend. Our 10th anniversary live. We're going live, but not on Sunday. If you tune in Sunday, we won't be here. Tune in next Saturday, February 8th, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, when the link comes up, just go ahead and click on the schedule so it just automatically comes up right away. Again, Saturday, not Sunday, will be our live event. And if you are here in the SoCal area, please come join us afterwards at our big party at Rocco's in West Hollywood. We were going to be celebrating 10 years with everyone on the Dishin Days fam. A couple of past co-hosts might show up. Couple of surprise guests might show up. You never know. We're going to have fun. Please click, get the invite right here. That link right there. Or on our, please check our social media for more information. Please come join us.
Yay.
Fun time.
Yes, it's going to be fun times. And that was
News and gossip.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what's coming up on on Peacock's Days of Our Lives.
You want to celebrate Valentine's Day with me, right?
You know I have feelings for you.
Whatever happened last night is never happening again.
Good to know.
Won't you pick it on up? Tell me about it. Won't you bring it on love, 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 love?
I let my jealousy get out of hand. Will you please just come home?
You're the only man that I want.
Kayla, my wife just collapsed. She's not responding.
What's wrong with Kayla? What done happened to Kayla? Lord. Happy early birthday, Miss Cross. Celebrating her birthday February 7th. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, this week is going to be very interesting on our favorite little show, Days of Our Lives. And we will be here live Saturday on our actual anniversary. We started this show February 8th, 2015. So we're going to go live on Saturday. Don't y'all forget it. Please don't forget it. Please don't message us and ask us, is there a show this week? Because this week it's going to be on Saturday, February 8th at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please join in on the fun. Until then, that has been our show this week. We have dished all the days that we needed to. If you want to say hi to Michael Mattis and tell him what a fun time he missed, make sure you check him out on Instagram and Twitter at ML Mattis. Justin Lee Hareld, where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram at Justin Lee Hareld.
Araceli Aviles.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Tia323 Araceli.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony. And you can find us, Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, X, and Threads. And of course, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a member. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this fabulous Sunday. We will see you Saturday, February 8th. I can't say that enough. Saturday, February 8th, live, where we won't be in our houses like this. We'll be sitting next to each other. So now when Araceli says something, she can feel the stares that we give her from home, live and in person. We are all looking forward to it. And we're definitely looking forward to celebrating 10 years of Dishin Days. Wow. Amazing. Anyway, we'll see you guys Saturday. Until then, have a wonderful, safe week. And don't forget to catch Days of Our Lives every Monday through Friday on Peacock. Bye, everybody. Have a great Sunday.
Yay.
Yay for Sunday. And we'll see you Saturday.